Hello, welcome. I'm Hallie Bourne. I am here to take a break with you and hopefully give you some relief from your tension today in your neck and your shoulders. If you find that um, that you've been sitting a lot today, you can do all of these things standing. So let yourself do whatever accommodates what's going to work best for you in our practice today. So we're just going to be here for 20 minutes, just a really nice little break and connection. And I wanted to offer you um, a moment to let go, to release, and to be in your body. So let's have you right now just take your hands and bring them to your shoulders and let yourself just kind of hook those hands into that area right next to the neck that a lot of us hold tension in. Let the elbows kind of sink down here. Let your eyes close. And you can even feel this energy of just kind of dragging the elbows down, get a little bit of pressure into your shoulders here. And begin to slow and deepen your breath. And for this moment, tune into whatever energy is here, whatever sensation is here. Letting yourself tune in. Connect to your breath. You might notice the breath is short and shallow. That's kind of normal for most of us. And that state of breathing creates anxiety and feelings of fear. So I'm going to invite you now to just start slowing and deepening your breath. Breathe in and out through your nose. And imagine that you're breathing that deeper breath right into the area under your hands. Deliberately softening that area. Good. Now keep breathing that way with your slower and deeper breath, breathing in and out through your nose. Drop your hands and just very slowly take your head to one side and then over to the other. So if there's a plumb line in front of you, you are moving the head on either side of that plumb line. So you're not turning or twisting the head in any way. This is just a very simple bilateral movement with the chin roughly parallel with the floor. And it's really nice to close your eyes and tune into the feeling this creates. Let yourself really be here in this movement. Simple, repetitive movement. And if this hasn't already happened, let yourself begin to synchronize your breath with your movement. So you're inhaling to one side and exhaling to the other. You could even imagine that your head is kind of floating up and over to either side, being fueled by your breath. And notice the thoughts that creep in, that seem to demand your attention. You do not have to give it your attention. Right now, you're doing something else. You're working out this tension in your neck and your shoulders. Let yourself show up completely for that. Good. Now, the next time your head goes to the left side, take your right hand over to the left side. Wait, is that right? No, I always get confused. So left hand over to the right side of your head. And you're just going to give a little bit of a pull downward, at the same time lifting up out of the waist. So you want to keep the base of your body really stable. So you're kind of drawing that left ear down towards the shoulder. Think about both of the shoulders dropping as you're creating that wonderful, luscious stretch on the right side. Good, couple more breaths. On your next exhalation, just let the hand and the head float up and then keep going to the other side. So now right hand to the left side of your head, just a little bit of pressure, drawing the right ear down towards the right shoulder is relaxed. Yeah, and then just let your eyes close one more time. If you're not comfortable closing your eyes, I invite you just to let your eyes rest somewhere specific and let the gaze just kind of soften. We're working to go inside, so when we're always kind of looking around, we're interacting with the outside world. Let yourself turn inward. Breathing right into where you've created that stretch. Slow, deep breaths in and out through your nose. Good, that's it. Now take a deep breath in. As you exhale, let the head and the hand float up. Good. And then just let the head roll towards the front of your body and over to one side, back down to the chest and over to the opposite side. So we are working to keep the back of the neck long. We're not letting the head go all the way back, which can really impinge the discs in the back of the neck. Most of us don't need any help with that. We're just kind of bringing circulation to all these muscles in your neck. If at any point the seated or standing position that you're in gets uncomfortable, just be willing to shift it, change it, make micro adjustments to help you get more comfortable. A few more times here. Slow, deep breath with slow, directed movement. And let yourself enjoy the feeling of the movement, doing something good for yourself here. And then come back to the center, sit up nice and tall. Allow your tailbone to kind of anchor down as your crown is rising upward. Sometimes we get all this tension in the neck and the shoulders because we don't have the right support here. So let yourself be really elevated. You might have noticed I should have said this earlier, but I'm sitting on a folded blanket. This helps if you're sitting to elevate the hips just a little bit and slightly tilt them forward, which gives us a little more access to the core to help you extend your spine. So now let your fingertips come down to the sides. We're going to inhale, take both of the arms up. Exhale, turn to your left and let one hand come to the front knee, the opposite arm behind you. Inhale to come back to the center. Exhale to the opposite side. So you're moving the arms and twisting the spine at the same time. And then the hands coming down can actually give you a little bit of anchoring to get more twist in the spine. But don't crank your spine to either direction. Let it be mostly muscularly motivated as you move from side to side. And think about inhaling to extend and exhaling into the movement here, getting that twist. Good. Let's do one more set to both sides. Inhale over to the left. Inhale over to the right. Good. Then come all the way up to the center. Interlace your fingers at the back of your head. Drop your shoulder blades back and down. Now, when you do this, you might find that the rib cage is kind of jutting forward. I'd like you to tuck those back. That's going to help flatten out the mid-back and keep you strong and powerful, nice and tall. As you inhale, let's take one elbow down towards the floor, starting at the right. And exhale, take the opposite elbow down. So again, remember that central plumb line, and you're just moving to either side of it, synchronizing the movement with your breath. Elbows are gently pressing back to help you get that stretch across the front of the chest. Relieving this can help relieve the shoulders and the neck tension. Just being willing to float and let go. Letting go of the need to be quote unquote productive, to do something for the outer world right now. Let's do this for our inner world. Great, we're going to do one more set, both sides. Perfect. Come back to the center. Let's release your hands, your arms. We're going to switch the cross of the legs if you're sitting. And then let's come back into that, interlacing your fingers at the base of your head. So now, with that lift up through the center of your body, tail is anchored, crown is rising, shoulder blades back and down. You're going to inhale and twist to one side, keeping those elbows back. Exhale and twist to the opposite side. Good. Now what tends to happen in this movement is our elbows start to collapse in, but see if you can really keep those elbows pressed back. So you're doing a stretch right now, but you're also working with some strength, some shoulder stability here. A lot of times we have tension because the muscles are weak. So we're looking to strengthen the muscles while also allowing the muscles to be long through the stretch. Again, find your breath. Synchronize it with the movement. Good, just a few more times. Okay, we'll let this one be the last one. Wonderful. Come back to the center. Relax your arms. Let your elbows just kind of rest against the body, palms up. And then you're going to start to work the shoulders back and down. And the whole time when the palms are up, I'd like you to just think about drawing in the energy that you need right now and accepting it. So you're looking for a handout right now to bring this in, all the while working those shoulders. You can probably hear all that crackling in my shoulders. That's kind of chronic from my massage career, which is now relatively over. Good, that's it. Now let's turn the palms down and we're going to take the arms forward. So now we're putting down the things that we don't need, the things that are in our way, things that are blocking our energy. Really working into those shoulders. Okay, very nice. Now inhale, open the arms up nice and wide. Exhale, let's take one arm over the other, giving yourself a bit of a hug here. Open back up, and then cross in the opposite direction. So here we get the shoulder blades involved. Now for a lot of us, we tend to lift the shoulders up a lot, kind of here towards the ears. And I have taken to saying, your shoulders do not belong next to your ears. Keep those shoulders down. Keep lifting up out of your waist to support your core. And you just keep switching the arms back and forth. Okay, nice. Now take your arms nice and wide, just hold it there and see if you can point the thumbs backward and kind of reach towards whatever's behind you. So really get a nice stretch across the front of the shoulders into those pecs, which can be pesky. Yeah, a couple more breaths. Good job. Now take a deep breath in, exhale, and you're going to interlace your fingers behind you. So you stay where you are. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see this. So you're interlacing your fingers. Bring the palms together. You're sitting up nice and tall. And then without the palms coming apart, you're just going to start to straighten the elbows. That's it. Keep the palms together so that we're not hyperflexing the wrist. And then as you inhale, just slowly move the arms out away from your body. As you exhale, bring them back. So go for integrity of the movement rather than high flexibility where you're kind of competing. Instead, just go to where it feels helpful, where it feels therapeutic. Stay really tuned in here. Notice when those palms start to creep apart. Stay in your body here. There's nothing else for you to do right now except this. Commit fully to the movement. Good. Just a few more times and we'll come into a bit of a hold here. Okay, last time, move your arms out away from you. Check in with your torso. Have things started to collapse? If so, just see if you can start to reestablish. Tail down, belly lifted, ribs back, crown rising. Take 2 breaths here, nice and deep. That's it. And slowly release, relax, shake out the hands. I'm going to turn back towards you. All right, so now stretching the back of the shoulder a bit. So let's take the left arm across. Right hand just comes right above the elbow here. Drop both shoulders level with the floor and then twist towards the right until you create a stretch back here somewhere. You're going to inhale, come center. Exhale, press. Inhale, center. Exhale, press. One more time. Inhale, center. Exhale into that twist. Hold and breathe. 2 deep breaths. Wonderful. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, switch right to the other side. Inhale to unwind. Exhale to press. Good. Feel where you're creating the stretch. Injury often happens because we're not paying attention. So here, let's really pay attention. Moving slower makes it easier to pay attention as well. Let's hold it now. 2 deep breaths. Wonderful. Now come back to the center. I'd like you now to take your hands, bring them back to those 2 areas, your shoulders, just letting your elbows kind of hang down. And again, feel right into that area. Notice if there's been a change in the tension. Sometimes it's really subtle. Other times it's pretty miraculous. So just let yourself show up for whatever's here, for whatever space you've been able to create in your neck and your shoulders. Slowing, deepening your breath, enjoying these last few moments together in this practice with yourself. Good, and then let the hands come down to prayer pose at your heart. And then notice how much you can notice. Go through your whole body in your mind. Feel yourself from the inside out and notice all the things that are here in the places where you feel signs of life, a sense of aliveness. And honor those, breathe into them, help them to spread throughout your entire being. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope to do more of these kind of spur of the moment yoga practices to help you cope with this strange new world. Seems like there's a new fresh hell every day. So these practices are about helping us remain present, resilient, and joyful no matter what is going on. You take good care of yourself. May we all take good care of each other. Namaste.